Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Chill Podcast. So, lately I have been feeling pretty negative about a lot of things in life. And I'm usually someone who looks at situations with a more sunshine approach, where I try and find the silver lining no matter what, which may be annoying to some people because when someone shares an issue they are having, I immediately provide them with various solutions or I have something motivational to say. And they kind of just want to vent or feel what they are feeling. But I've always been someone that keeps my problems to myself and I like to deal with them alone. So it's almost like second nature to just hop on the positive train because when you do feel alone sometimes in life, all you have is yourself. However, the last month or so, I have just been feeling stressed about certain things in my life. I have been feeling unhappy, defeated, and just overwhelmed, to be honest. And yet I have so many amazing things in my life. And I hated feeling so negative. It just kills the vibe, it ruins my momentum, and it holds you back, basically. So I decided to really sit with myself and started reflecting. I started really looking around me and identifying everything around me that I am grateful for. And before bed, what I usually do is I say thanks for the people and the things in my life that are positive, that are amazing. And it's kind of become part of my nighttime routine when I'm in bed. I started really thinking to myself that, you know what, do I want to be this negative person? Is it helping me in any way? Is it getting me closer to achieving my goals? And in that moment, I made a conscious decision to snap out of this mindset that I have been in. And it's draining. It makes me anxious and it's making me feel so unhappy. And just being negative really sucks. So sometimes we feel like we aren't strong enough to deal with hard things in life, or, we just want to run away and we want to put off having to deal with challenges that we are facing and feel like maybe going on a trip or going to a place is going to solve everything. It's always something external that is going to help us, right? That's always what we think. But when you realize that running away isn't the answer and that our problems follow us everywhere, no matter where you are, you still have those unresolved issues and it doesn't really go away. You aren't going to solve a problem if you're out or going to a party or having a few drinks or when you come back from your trip away. It's not magically just going to be disappearing. So it's important to really embrace challenges because they are the stepping stones to growth, and confronting your problems head on brings strength, it brings wisdom, while avoidance leads to stagnation. So each hurdle is an opportunity to learn, to evolve, and to become the best version of yourself. So by facing them with courage, seeking support when needed, you will be able to see how you kind of emerge so much stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever before. You have the power to overcome anything that, comes your way. And I've definitely learned through life that when we are going through certain challenges, it knocks us off our feet. We end up stressing about it. It doesn't really make us happy. It causes us anxiety. It takes away from the present moment. And we just kind of want to bury our head in the sand until it's over. But when reality hits, the only way to really overcome a challenge is to work through it instead of trying to avoid it. It's definitely not easy. It makes you want to give up. But when you remind yourself of how far you've come in life, what you are capable of doing, and also trusting that no matter what, you are able to push forward. And that is all the motivation you really need to deal with anything that comes your way. It's hard to wake up every day, work towards your goal. It feels like nothing is coming from your hard work. You go to bed, you wake up the next day, do the same thing, work towards your goal, and a month goes by and you feel like you see no results, but yet you keep on going. And that takes real mental strength to set intentions, have your eyes on that dream, working every day to make it a reality despite the setbacks, the challenges, and your own mind trying to tell you that it's totally pointless. So, getting up every day, chipping away at that bigger goal until it becomes reality can be so hard to remain motivated. However, if you stop now, all of that work, that passion, and that drive will all be for nothing. So remember why you started, remember your why, remember how much you want this, and allow that to really push you forward. So avoiding problems may provide a temporary relief, but it doesn't solve the underlying issue. In fact, it only leads to more significant and complicated issues down the line. And I'm someone who hates conflict. Even if I'm not in the wrong, I'll apologize just so that things can be cool and peaceful. I don't like bad vibes, and confrontation can be uncomfortable for me at times. However, in certain things in life, certain things deserve your time and your energy. Not everything should be brushed off or tucked away. And it's important to understand that confrontation is not about aggression, but about meeting challenges with a mindset of growth and learning. It's a pivotal step towards personal evolution. So when you face problems, you're essentially enrolling in the school of life. It's where you learn the most profound lessons that can shape your future success. Resilience is like a muscle that grows stronger with every challenge. Resilience isn't about avoiding pain, but about learning to navigate it. And when you face problems, you're building a foundation of strength that will serve you in all aspects of life. We could be feeling a certain way and aren't really sure exactly why we feel this way. And we don't really want to figure it out because it could be complicated. And then we would need to kind of figure out the root of what the issue is. And sometimes it's just easier to just push it away because it could be one thing or it could be 10 different things that could be the issue, but we aren't really willing to take the time to deal with it. And it's way easier to kind of just turn a blind eye to what we are dealing with. We feel more inclined to kind of leave them alone and hope the issues solve themselves. But in the end, the issue doesn't really get resolved. And there are times when I want to do that. But subconsciously, I know I need to deal with it. But I don't really have the mental capacity to deal with it in the moment, which is such a shitty excuse because I know that I can't just leave it. So running away from our problems could be indulging in procrastination, putting it off and not actually making a positive shift in your life and actually addressing it. And I feel like you need to ask yourself the question, do I want to be a resilient warrior or a loser in life? And when I speak about being a loser, I'm referring to someone that breaks and runs away in the face of a challenge. Someone who constantly makes excuses about why things aren't working out and blames everyone else. Someone who isn't interested in doing what it takes to get where they want to be, and just basically a negative person. So be clear about what you want in life, have a clear sense of purpose or meaning in life, because it helps provide a strong foundation for resilience. It gives you a reason to persevere through difficulties. It's that vision and goal that keeps you motivated during hard times, and it allows you to adapt to changing circumstances. It's important to remember that resilience is not about being invulnerable or never experiencing difficulty, but by having the inner resources to navigate and recover from life's challenges. So if you are facing a challenge right now, it's important to get up and take those uncomfortable steps needed towards a solution. It comes down to the confidence and belief in yourself, because it means you don't feel confident within yourself to know that you can fix any problem and that you are able to navigate a challenge and actually overcome it. And in order to solve a problem, you have to believe that you can do it and that you're able to figure out a way to move through it. That's why it is so much easier to simply run away from a problem. What I feel like would help break that cycle is to do more things for other people, to provide value to other people, because that's the only way to build the confidence you need in yourself to be able to solve a problem and how you view yourself. So when you show up and you actually show yourself how capable you are to help someone else, it means that you have it within you to work on your own obstacles too. It will kind of allow you to find some strength and confidence, to find it in yourself, to take the steps needed to solve your specific problem. Another reason we sometimes can't deal with our problems is because we just feel like we can't handle it at times. It feels too much. And that could be because of compounded problems. You know, when you have a problem, you don't deal with it in the moment, it kind of just like gets brushed off, and then it kind of compounds, more problems get attached, and it just like builds up and up. And it becomes overwhelming to even want to face. So it is natural to feel like sometimes we can't handle it, and there's absolutely no way that we can make it through it. But of course we can. So to help combat this, it could be reaching out to someone that you can lean on for support, which can be so impactful. And just having someone to talk to about the challenges that you're having, and then actually working out a plan. And sometimes you just need someone to be like a soundboard and who you can talk things through with and figure things out with. It can be so hard for some of us to deal with challenging moments because we feel that we are wasting time by focusing on this. But it only makes the problem worse. So be more patient with yourself. Take the time to figure out a plan, figure out a solution on how to overcome that challenge. The reality is that there are no shortcuts in life. There really isn't. The only way to face an issue is to face it head on and to take whatever comes with it. And it's going to be painful at times and it's going to feel shitty, but you have to take it on until it actually gets resolved. It's easier to deal with the hard stuff now than to deal with it later. I mean, like, for example, I'm someone that I prefer to eat my veggies before I have my dessert, or I like to complete a harder task and then move on to the easier stuff. So be that strong, empowered person that we both know that you are, and step up, stand up, and keep moving forward. So thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for choosing me to spend time with you guys today. I hope your day is amazing and wonderful and all of those good things. I will catch you guys next week. Every Wednesday, new episodes. And thank you for listening. I love you. Ciao.